I remember the exact moment my world shattered. It wasn't with a bang, but with a quiet click. The click of my front door closing, followed by a voice that wasn't mine, whispering my wife's name. I was standing in the shadows of our hallway, holding a bouquet of her favorite lilies, home early from a business trip to surprise her. The surprise, it turned out, was all mine. There she was, my Sarah, the woman I had built a life with, laughed with, planned a future with, melting into the arms of another man, my best friend, Mark. The air in my lungs turned to ice. Every beat of my heart was a hammer blow against my ribs. I wanted to scream, to roar, to break something, to break them. But I didn't. An unnerving calm washed over me, a strange, detached clarity. I saw them, but it felt like watching a movie about someone else's life. They didn't see me. They were lost in their own world, a world built on the ruins of mine. I watched as she led him into our living room, the room where we'd hosted countless holidays, celebrated anniversaries, the room where her laughter used to echo. My feet felt like lead, but I forced them to move, not forward but back. Back towards the door I had just come through. I placed the lilies gently on the small table in the entryway, a silent final offering. And then I walked away. No shouting, no confrontation. Just the silent turning of a key and the soft click of a lock. The next few hours are a blur. I drove, I don't know where, I just followed the endless stretch of asphalt under a starless sky. Each mile was a failed attempt to outrun the image seared into my brain. Sarah's smile. But not for me. Mark's hand on her back, where mine used to be. The betrayal was a physical thing, a venom coursing through my veins. Why? That was the question that pounded in my head, a relentless drumbeat. We were happy, weren't we? Or was that just another story I had told myself? I ended up at a 24-hour diner, the kind with sticky tables and coffee that tastes like regret. I sat there until the sun came up, staring into a cold cup, replaying 10 years of my life in my mind. Our first date, clumsy and full of laughter. Our wedding day, when I promised to love and cherish her. A promise I thought was unbreakable. The small moments, the inside jokes, the way she'd steal my hoodies. Was it all a lie? How long had this been going on? Right under my nose, in my home, with my best friend. The depth of the deception was staggering. When I finally returned home, the house was quiet. Sarah was in the kitchen, humming, making coffee as if it were any other morning. She turned, a bright smile on her face. "You're back early," she said, moving to hug me. "I was going to surprise you," she added, her voice full of feigned delight. That's when I saw it. The flicker in her eyes, a tiny crack in her perfect facade. She knew, or she suspected, but she was going to play the part. I didn't play along, I just looked at her, and for the first time I saw a stranger. "Where's Mark?" I asked, my voice flat, devoid of all emotion. The color drained from her face. Her smile vanished, replaced by a mask of panic. The humming stopped. The coffee pot gurgled, the only sound in the suffocating silence. Her mouth opened and closed, but no words came out. The game was over. "His car is still a block down," I continued, my voice steady. "He's not very good at being discreet, is he? You'd think after all this time you'd both be better at it." Her denial was a pathetic whisper. "What are you talking about?" But her eyes, wide with fear, told the real story. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. The quiet coldness of my words was more powerful than any shout. "I saw you, Sarah. Both of you. Last night." The confession came in a flood of tears and frantic excuses. It wasn't what I thought. It was a mistake. It only happened a few times. It meant nothing. Each word was another twist of the knife, but strangely I felt nothing. The pain from the night before had solidified into something hard and unyielding inside me. I wasn't just hurt anymore. I was done. There was no rage, no desire for revenge. There was just an ending. She begged, she pleaded, she promised it would never happen again. She clung to my arm, her tears soaking my sleeve. "Don't leave me," she cried. "We can fix this. I love you." I looked down at the woman I had loved more than anything, and I felt a profound sense of pity. Not just for me, but for her. She had broken us, and she thought a few tears could glue the pieces back together. But the pieces were dust. I gently removed her hand from my arm. "No, Sarah," I said, my voice soft but final. "You don't love me. You love the idea of me, the security, the life we built. But you don't respect me. And love without respect is just an empty word." I turned and walked upstairs to our bedroom, my bedroom now. I packed a single bag. Clothes, my laptop, a few books. I didn't take the photos from the walls or the gifts she'd given me. They were artifacts from a different life, a life that was no longer mine. As I walked back down the stairs, she was still there, a crumpled figure on the floor. Mark was there too, standing awkwardly by the door, having let himself in. He started to speak, to offer some pathetic apology, but I just held up a hand. I didn't need his words. His actions had said everything. I looked from his face to Sarah's, and then a strange thing happened. I smiled. It wasn't a happy smile. It was a smile of release, of freedom. It was the smile of a man who had seen the absolute worst and had survived it. The smile of a man who realized that the end of his world was actually the beginning of a new one, a world where he could be his own person, not just one half of a broken whole. I walked past both of them, my bag in hand. I didn't look back. I didn't say goodbye. I just walked out the front door, into the bright morning sun, leaving the wreckage of my old life behind me. I didn't know where I was going, but for the first time in a long time, I knew I was moving forward. And that was enough. Walking away without a word, without a fight, was the most powerful thing I could have done. It wasn't for them. It was for me. It was a declaration that my peace was more valuable than their drama, my future more important than their past mistakes. Sometimes the quietest exits make the loudest statements. This story isn't just about betrayal. It's about the incredible strength you find when you choose yourself, even when it hurts. Thank you so much for listening to my story today. If this resonated with you, or if you've been through something similar, know that you are not alone, and you have the strength to walk away too. Don't forget to like this video, and subscribe to the channel for more stories about finding strength in life's toughest moments. See you next time.